The Forgotten City of Shadows, Secrets of Ancient Africa. What if Africa's greatest civilizations were not just built with stone and sweat, but with secrets too dangerous to speak? What if the pyramids of Egypt, the walls of Benin, and the lost city of the great Zimbabwe were more than just human achievements? What if they held mysteries that even their own builders feared? Welcome to this journey into the heart of Africa's ancient civilizations, where history and mystery collide. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because every week we explore Africa's greatest untold stories. Now, let's travel back to the days when gods walked among men, or so the stories say. Our journey begins in Kemet, what we call ancient Egypt today. Thousands of years before Europe even dreamed of civilization, Africans were building some monuments so perfect that modern engineers still scratch their heads. But here's the mystery. The pyramids were not just tombs. Ancient priests called them the house of millions of years, believing they could guide a soul back to the stars. A lost papyrus discovered in Saqqara speaks of a sacred ritual performed only when the stars of Orion aligned perfectly with the pyramids. Some Egyptologists dismiss it as myth, but local elders whisper that this is why some pyramids were sealed forever, that they were not just for the dead, but for travelers who would one day return from the stars. The Great Walls of Benin, city of earth and spirit. From Egypt, we travel south to Edo land in today's Nigeria, where the Great Walls of Benin once stretched over 16,000 kilometers, 4 times longer than the Great Wall of China. The Edo people tell a story. Oba Ewuare the Great was not just a king, he was chosen by the spirits of iron. Some elders claim he struck a secret deal with Ogun, the god of war, to protect this city. They say warriors were buried alive within the walls, their spirits bound to guard Benin forever. Even the Portuguese traders who visited in the 15th century wrote that the city's forests were so mysterious, many of their men vanished without a trace. Were they victims of ambush or something older, darker, that lived within those sacred groves? The Great Zimbabwe, the stone city of birds. Now we move to Great Zimbabwe, the stone city that once ruled Southern Africa's gold trade. But the real mystery? The soapstone's birds. Carved with long beaks and watchful eyes, these birds appear everywhere in Great Zimbabwe's ruins. The Shona elders say there were messengers between the living and the ancestors. Some even believe they could fly between worlds. When the city mysteriously collapsed in the 15th century, elders say the stone birds flew away, taking with them the city's protection. Could it be just legend, or did the fall of the city really have something to do with those sacred birds? The shadows behind the glory. The forbidden knowledge of the Dogon tribe. Now, let's travel west to the Dogon people of Mali. Long before telescopes, the Dogon knew about Sirius B, a star invisible to the naked eye. They even describe it as a small, dense star, exactly what modern science discovered centuries later. How did they know? The Dogon elders say they were taught by the Nomo, beings who came from the sky, half human, half fish. To this day, Dogon ceremonies honor these visitors, calling them the masters of water. Was it just a clever understanding of astronomy? Or were the Nomo real visitors from beyond the stars? The cursed drum of the Kushite kings. In Nubia, the mighty Kushite kings once ruled lands stretching into Egypt. But there is one story the ancient Egyptians feared, the story of the war drum of Queen Amanirenas. The legend goes that when the queen struck the drum, storms would rise over enemy camps, and rivers would flood without warning. Egyptian scribes recorded their fear of this drum and claimed it was hidden in a sacred tomb after the Kushite kingdom fell. Local Nubians, hunters, whisper even today, anyone who finds this drum will never see the sun again. The vanishing of Timbuktu's secret library. Now, let's stop in Timbuktu, Mali, once the greatest center of learning in Africa. Thousands of manuscripts covered science, medicine, and history, but not all books were innocent. Some manuscripts, now missing, spoke of rituals to speak with ancestors and open gates of knowledge. When colonial powers invaded, hundreds of these books disappeared. Some say they were burned, but old families in Timbuktu quietly admit that a few were hidden in desert caves, sealed by curses to protect their secrets. What secrets were they hiding? And why does no one dare to open them even today? The city that disappeared, the lost city of Congo, the city of shadows. Our last story takes us to the Congo Kingdom in Central Africa. In the 1600s, Portuguese explorers wrote about a city deep in the jungle. At night, a blue light flooded above its temples as if spirits walked the streets. They call it the city of shadows. The Congo priest warned the explorers, do not enter the sacred groves, for the ancestors are watching. But greed won. One night, the explorers forced their way in. They described carved statues that seemed to move under the moonlight. The next morning, the city was empty. Every villager gone. When the explorers returned years later, the jungle had swallowed everything. The city of shadows was gone, as if it had never existed. These are not just myths. These are real cities, real people, and real mysteries. Were Africa's ancient civilizations simply wise beyond their time, or did they possess knowledge we have forgotten, or been made to forget? Africa is not just the cradle of civilization. It is the cradle of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. If you want me to explore more stories like this, the tunnels of ancient Ife, or the curse of Queen Amina, drop a comment below. Like this video, share it, and subscribe, because next time we dive even deeper into the Africans' hidden past.